Okay, welcome everyone. And there might be some more people who pop on over time. My name is Elizabeth Stickney, and I am one of the past owners, organizers, facilitators of the East Bay Healing Collective, along with a lot of other people. So you might know that Oren Sofer started the collective back in 2009. Although I saw that he posted recently, he started it in 2010. So he's the master of that date. However, the East Bay Healing Collective has been a meetup since 2009. And I believe that Oren contacted me late 2009, early 2010 to help him out. And the story, as it's told to me, goes like this. Long ago, Oren was working at the Buddhist Peace Fellowship, and the location of the Buddhist Peace Fellowship was on Alcatraz Avenue in Berkeley, California. And Oren, wonderful meditation practitioner, a dear friend of mine, he decided to start a sitting group after work for the people who he worked with. And it was very simple. They all would go to work. And when work was over, they would sit in meditation practice together at the Buddhist Peace Fellowship. Over time, there was a space in the same building that became available. And Oren swung a deal with Jim Novosel, the owner of the building, to have a really friendly arrangement to have a sitting group that was free or low cost to everybody. And Oren's relationship with Jim was also free, low cost in a friendly way. So everybody won. The space was being used and donations were collected as was right for that group. And I think the rent in the beginning was just paid in halvesies. So half for the group and half for the building owner. Over time, the Buddhist Peace Fellowship moved to a different location, and Oren created the East Bay Healing Collective. So then he acquired a lease for that space. Again, a very economical relationship with Jim. And Oren was able to run this collective for healers like Tiny and myself and other people to rent the space and offer their healing practices. So that could be psychotherapy, it could be meditation, it could be healing from social anxiety, it could be family systems. So many things happened in that space over time. Oren decided to go on sabbatical, and so he needed to have some help to run the East Bay Healing Collective. And he reached out to me and a few other people. Jessica Libby was the intern for the East Bay Healing Collective. Max Swanger helped out. Sean Fight was leading it with me. Nandi Nia Hitenyi was leading it with me. So we made a group of about 5 people to figure out how to run a collective collaboratively, low cost for everyone. And this worked out great. We had 2 rooms. We had a large group room where we held meditation. The Monday night group, which some of you might be familiar with, has lasted all of this time until currently, where Mike is in the hospital and I'm on the East Coast. And so the original Monday night group, that was the original group that Oren started, 6:30 to 8:15, it has become a time that nobody is facilitating in this moment. But that group lasted through so many different teachers and so many different iterations. Oren called that Monday night group Clear Dharma. And then Max and I took the group over, and Max also called it Clear Dharma. But I developed my own practice called Stillwater Meditation. And then Mike McGarry and Michael Bedar took over that Monday night group, and they called it Heart of Light. And so those people who are familiar with the current evolution of the Monday night group, it has been Heart of Light for a number of years. So back to the story, there was a group of people running the collective collaboratively, and the rent on the building kept increasing over time. And it increased so much that we had to figure out how to make the collective profitable enough to pay the rent, and also for those who were managing the space, make it make sense enough to give our time and energy to what was happening there. So that worked out quite well for a number of years. And then when I became a mother, I really fell into motherhood in a very wonderful and full on way. And I decided to hand the group over to Mike McGarry and Michael Bedar. And then they were leading the collective and they made their own decisions about what to do with the space and the meetup and the Monday night group and everything else. So over time, Michael Bedar decided not to lead it with Mike McGarry. So then it just became Mike. So Mike has been the owner organizer for some number of years. I'm not sure exactly when that transition happened. So you might know that Mike McGarry has ALS, and that is a degenerative disease that has really changed his life. And in this moment, he is still a brilliant mind, amazing heart and soul, and he is in a medical facility with a breathing tube and an eating tube. And when he is able to speak, it's of a very hoarse whisper, and somebody has to be really close to hear him. And so he has this other lifestyle that doesn't include leading this group. And so he reached out to me and Oren and a number of other people, and he said, "Hey, who can help because my health is changing and I'm not able to lead this group?" So somehow I'm here again. And now I'm here with all of you with the East Bay Healing Collective and wondering what to do. So there are a bunch of different ideas that I have come up with, and I'm open to all of your suggestions, insight, and inspirations as well. I'm happy to lead meditation. I lead meditation all of the time, online and in person, but I live in Vermont. So my time zone is 3 hours ahead. And at the 6:30 Pacific time, I am putting my son to bed and winding down my night. And so it's not the best time for me to teach meditation. This is a great time, but I also know it's 9 a.m. in California and not a great time for everyone. So there's just this question of, do we want to continue a regular meditation group or not? And I'll create a survey and I'll put it out to the meetup so everybody has a chance to chime in. But if any of you who are present today want to chime into the chat or use your voices, I'm all ears about what you want for the East Bay Healing Collective and online meditation. And there has already been a question in the people involved with the meetup about, and as well as people here today, about what about meeting in person again? And has that ever happened? And will that happen again? This space on Alcatraz Avenue is no longer the East Bay Healing Collective. It's been let go of. So all the items that were there have been let go of. The East Bay Healing Collective in this moment is only an online meetup. So could it be in person again? Sure. If somebody were to create that, me or somebody else, in this moment, the way that we would meet in person is if we were to create an occasion to meet in person. So I travel to California about once a year. We could create a half day or day long retreat or a longer retreat. Like we could create an occasion for us to come together. Somebody else might have another idea. Over time, this collective has always embodied multiple practitioners offering their healing wisdom and practices. And so it's totally reasonable that somebody involved with the East Bay Healing Collective wants to create something in person. So by all means, all of that is possible. There's not a current plan for meeting in person. And I'm thinking about other questions that have come up already. Let's see. I have also been asked, does online meditation work? It does. It does, it does, it does. And every online teacher will teach it a little bit differently. In just a moment, we will meditate. So you'll get to see, does this work for you? The people that I sit with online say that the transmission happens, the peace and spaciousness they're looking for takes place. And I feel fully confident in that. It's also up to everybody who gathers if they're able to access what they need to access through an online venue. So there's a reciprocity there. There's my part and there's your part. I feel really happy about my part. So we'll get to experiment and see what happens with this group that has gathered today. So far, are there any questions or suggestions from anyone present? Any comments or reflections?
Um, Thank you for putting this out. I haven't really kept abreast of Mike's condition. I know he has his condition, and I feel a little, the word is sheepish about it, but I just not been getting a hold of him. But thank you for the update. And thank you for wanting to step in and continue the East Bay Healing Collective. It's a very healing place for me. So starting with you, bringing me in. And I'm curious about it. I don't know exactly what to do with it. And maybe it's a further conversation we have offline.
Yeah, we can definitely talk more offline.
Yeah, let's do that. Because I'm accidentally the owner of the East Bay Healing Collective on Facebook.
Oh, good, because I was just chatting about that with Mike today.
Me, I don't know how to change it, but I have it.
Okay, we'll work on that together. Thank
Okay.
you for mentioning that.
You're welcome.
So, yes, an update on Mike as of today. I'm happy that I have been in contact with him just moments ago. It's very difficult for him to text, but he and I text minimally and occasionally. I will go visit him soon. He's about 4.5 hours away by car. And so that's something I've offered, but also something he has asked of me. So that will provide more experience with him that I can share with all of you. I'm not sure when that will happen, but soon, this fall for sure. Yurik, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. We're just in the sharing part of our time together. If there's anything that you want for the East Bay Healing Collective or just anything you want to chime in with, everyone is welcome to chime in.
Okay, thank you. Like I said, I just got here, so if you're about to launch into something, I can wait till later.
Oh, this is a
Or
great
did you want
time.
me to?
Mhm.
Okay, one second here. So I'm in the middle of doing some physical therapy here. I had a rotator cuff and like upper bicep tendon repair on my shoulder, so it's a lot of PT, and so I'm kind of working on that right now. I guess my connection to the East Bay Healing Collective is, mostly I did go to Elizabeth's events quite a bit. And then I took on something called Deep Connect, where I led a meetup for a couple of years that started a little after COVID or whatever. So I think we started in late 2020 or 2021. I don't remember, but it was a lot of fun. And I did choose to end the meetup partially due to the fact that East Bay Healing Collective closed. Um, but I also got very busy. I don't know if I would return to it or not, but most of all, I think that it was such a great space to have. So important for Berkeley to have venues like that, places where people can have meditation groups and such. It seemed very difficult economically to make it work. And at the time, of course, there was just nobody uh, who had any kind of authority. So I just remember it collapsed very quickly
Oh,
because there just was no, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was like there was some people who tried to meet up, but even while we were trying to sort out what we might do, it was, yeah, it was difficult because there wasn't anybody who was necessarily in charge. So it was like it's almost like you pulled some people off the street and
mhm.
said, "Hey, what do you think we should do here?" They're just like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let's do this." Yeah. So yeah, I just woke up. I'm working on my PT. I saw the email and I'm here to provide a little bit of solidarity, though I don't know that I'm necessarily ready to go and lead a meetup
Mhm.
right now. That might change in a few months or a year or something. Maybe I want to get back into that. I don't know.
Okay, great. Thank you, Yurek. It's so wonderful to have you here.
Yeah, good to see you, Rain. It's been,
Yeah, good to see you. It's been a long time.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. Rima, welcome. We're just chatting about the East Bay Healing Collective, our experiences, anything you would like to see in our evolution. We're in a moment of change and anything can happen. So if you want to chime in, you're welcome to. And in just a moment, we will meditate together. Okay, if there's nothing else right away, anyone who would like to chime in with your voice or through the chat, let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like to meditate on. We will definitely send love to Mike and Oren and Jessica and Sean and Mia and everybody who's ever helped with the collective. Tiny, just on it. Like this collective has existed because so many people have been a part of it. It's not ever been one person's endeavor, except Oren did start it. So he is the leader of the pack. And in that way, he always will be. But we'll send love out. What else would everyone like to meditate on today?
Healing my shoulder and healing the country, a smooth and hopefully great outcome towards the end of the year, say November.
Absolutely.
I'd like to chime in and say, just this meditate on those who are kind of lonely.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
community. Like this is a blessing for me today, but I do have to hop. But I have another meeting. But a nice surprise. And let's you and I be in touch. My phone number is the same. You
Okay.
can call me, email me. Texting is probably easier. Then we can talk offline about some stuff. Okay.
Absolutely. And you might notice this is being recorded. So there will be a replay. So you'll get the meditation later on.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rain. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, speaking of meditations and recordings, one of the things that I've been up to recently is I have a podcast, and it is called Every Moment is Sacred, and it's everywhere. So, if you listen to podcasts, just look on your platform and it's there. And there are a million meditations, a million guided meditations. So, look for those if you like guidance while you meditate. And for now, I welcome you to breathe with me. We'll breathe together. Simply notice your breath. Notice that you are breathing. As you breathe, begin to relax your body. Allow your breath to deepen and slow down. It can be helpful to breathe through the nose to slow down breath. So if you're able, try breathing through your nose, in and out. Or if that's too much, just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allow your jaw to soften and relax. And experiment with breathing through your nose even as your jaw drops. Even if your mouth opens, breathe through your nose. Now, welcome your breath down into your belly. Whether you breathe through your nose or your mouth or both, allow your inhale to blow up your belly like a balloon and deflate that belly balloon on your exhale. And as you breathe, relax everything. Again and again, welcome more and more relaxation. Soften and open. As you soften and open, allow your heart to soften and open. Open the wings of your heart softly. Spread them wide. Feel your heart open front and back, allowing in all the love of the universe and allowing out anything you would like to let go of today. For those who feel lonely, welcome in companionship, connection, relationship, communion, whatever meets that place of solitude. Breathe it in. Breathe in what you truly want for yourself. I am sending love to you, those who feel lonely or who ever have felt lonely ever in your life. And I'm sending love to all of you, whatever you are feeling or experiencing in this moment. Allow yourself to share your love with the world, with the universe, with special people in your life. Send love wherever you would like, inward, outward, all around. Breathe and share your love. as you continue breathing and settling into this love that is all around and within you, begin to welcome healing in whatever way or form you would like healing in your life. This could be healing in your body, in your physical form. This could be healing of the mind, healing within the heart, or spiritual healing. However you'd like healing to touch you, welcome healing. There are also wonderful healing possibilities through creativity and relationship. Welcome healing. As you continue breathing consciously and welcoming in the healing just right for you, begin to visualize the outcome you desire. Whether this outcome is for yourself personally or for the world. Whatever outcome you would like to visualize and put energy around, see it clearly. See your desire manifesting smoothly. Allow for love to surround what it is you truly want. In the words of Mike McGarry at the end of the book that he wrote, and I believe it will somehow be published one day, he ends his book speaking about joy. So allow your love to infuse joy, and let's send out love and joy to Mike, love and joy to Michael Badar, love and joy out to Elizabeth Cruz, who I call Tiny, and to Uric and everyone who's ever been involved in the collective and worked to organize it or lead a meetup or any part of the involvement. Send love to everyone involved with the East Bay Healing Collective. And now, cultivating joy through our breath, allowing love to soften and open us into healing. I am going to be quiet for a time. Then we can sit together in our own practice, united by this beautiful form of technology. And welcome, Lisa. Welcome, Lisa. We're just beginning to sit in silence together in joyful, loving, healing meditation. So, if you would like to breathe consciously, if you would like to send love to yourself or others, if you would like to welcome healing, this meditation is for you. And I'll gather us together again in just a little bit. And here we go, stepping into silence together. Slowly begin to deepen your breath and welcome that belly breath once again, especially if you have veered away from breathing in and out of your belly. In your own way and in your own time, allow that belly breath on the inhale to roll up to your chest. So you're breathing into your belly, chest, and then everything releases on the exhale. This belly chest breath allows for a little more awakeness to come back. It's really great for the end of a meditation to revitalize engagement and to move one forward into the day with whatever is coming your way, whatever you are moving into. In our last moment of meditation together, honor yourself for being here. Honor yourself for choosing practice, for choosing healing and meditation, for choosing to envision positive outcomes. Honor yourself for being you, exactly as you are. And if anyone would like to share any reflections from this meditation, or Rima or Lisa, if you would like to share any hopes or desires for the East Bay Healing Collective, you're all welcome to chime in again or for the first time. You can use your voice or the chat. Either way works fine. So feel free to jump in anytime. I will talk just a bit more about my vision for the collective. And I mentioned before, I will send out a survey to the meetup so that everyone has a chance to chime in privately. And what's important to me, and I believe to Mike as well, is that the collective continues in a way that works for all beings everywhere. And I think that was Oren's original intention too. So traditionally, the East Bay Healing Collective has embodied meditation and other healing practices. I am a meditation teacher and I am a healer in private practice. Like I mentioned, I'm a podcaster. So you can find a ton of free content from me online through the Every Moment is Sacred podcast, through my YouTube channel. You can look for Rain Elizabeth Stickney. My website is rainelizabeth.org. There, and I'm alive on social media. So there's a lot of ways to engage and find out about me in your own way and your own time. For the collective, I would be interested in hosting a meditation group. It could be weekly. It won't likely be at the same time that it was traditionally held, which was 6:30 Pacific on Mondays, but it could be at this time. It could be another time and day of the week. I would be interested in allowing for other practitioners to offer their modalities and meditation through the meetup so that they can have their online meetings or create in-person gatherings, and using this collection of people as a way to broadcast and gather together like-minded souls. We have over 3,000 people in this meetup. There's a wealth of possibility if we were to find what everybody wants and if we were to have the people to give what it is that people want. I would like to change the name. The East Bay Healing Collective doesn't seem to fit in this moment because we don't have a physical location in the East Bay of California. I am in Vermont, and so I'm across the country. And some other ideas would be to call it the Healing Collective. We could call it Dragonfly Healing Collective. We could call it my business name, Rain Elizabeth Healing Arts. We could call it Stillwater Meditation Collective. That's my brand of meditation. We could also call it something that you think of that I have not come up with yet. So I am not attached, but I think it would be good to find a name that fits this current evolution, which is more of a countrywide and perhaps worldwide evolution, because my audience is actually worldwide. So I have people in the Southern Hemisphere, I have people in Europe, I have people in Eastern Europe. Do I have people in Asia? That's a good question. I'm not sure. But, anyways, technology allows for this global reach. So we might consider changing the name to something that broadens our reach. And what else have I been thinking of? I'm also going to change the meetup to an optional donation. So this means that nobody has to pay anything if they don't want to. It's optional. But in order to cover our yearly dues for the meetup, which is around $300, it would be we all pitched in. Even a dollar from some people would add up to over $300. So there's cost related to running a meetup. There's the cost of the meetup itself. There's the cost of Zoom meetings like this. There's cost of technology and computers and microphones and whatnot. So you all know the deal because we're all in the technology age together. So those donations would go to running the group and supporting any offerings that the group provides. What else have I been thinking? Like I said earlier, I will be visiting with Mike McGarry in person sometime this fall. He's in New Jersey. I'm in Vermont. He's about 4.5 hours away from where I am by car. So he, if you haven't heard already, he has had a progression with his ALS, and he's on a breathing tube as well as a feeding tube. And so his amount of communication is very minimal. And when he can, and when he chooses to speak, it's just a very soft whisper. And texting is challenging for him. I'm actually not sure how he does it. I think somebody is there with him to help him text, but that's how I communicate with him occasionally. And when he feels up to it, I feel very respectful for his process and his health journey. So I'm sending love to him. and to all of you. So we have a few more minutes if you'd like to chime in, reflecting about the meditation or anything I have shared, or asking any question you would like to ask.
I just have a question. You said you were going to be open to people with different modalities. Are you saying that you'll host a meditation group that includes guest speakers? Is that how you're envisioning that?
That is a really great question. Thank you, Lisa. That's a great possibility. I'm just writing it down. Guest speakers. So, yes, I am open to doing that. I can host a meditation and have you or somebody else as a guest speaker, and we can be on here in tandem along with everybody else. And that is a great idea. And also, other practitioners who want to host their solo events, they can also do that as long as it is respectful to all beings and honoring of all faiths. Those are values that I hold in my practice. And I have an in person group here in Vermont as well as online groups. And it's really important to me that everybody's respected. So, with things like that in place, it is the tradition of the East Bay Healing Collective to host other practitioners and help them offer their work. Does that answer your question, Lisa?
I think so. I mean, is there going to be like criteria, degrees, or, student experience and that kind of thing?
Well, the way that it's worked in the past is degrees don't really matter, but that you're trained in whatever you're offering. That it's, if someone were to say, I'd like to hold a meditation group and they've never meditated before, that might get a little wonky. But if somebody loves meditation or loves another modality, say NLP, that's a popular modality, or something else, it's absolutely fine to offer what you are an expert in. And so we get to reinvent the process a bit because right now, as I've described, it's a complete evolution. Mike has been running the collective. He is on a healthcare journey. And I ran the collective in the past. And the way that we did it is we would have informal interviews with people. And it's really just to check out, are you a person who has the intention of doing good in the world? And can I stand behind what you're offering? That's more important than, do you have a PhD or do you have an MA or did you go to
Yes.
college? That's less important. It's more important that there is integrity in the offering, and that can
Okay.
happen in a variety of ways.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate what you're doing here. I'm not sure what I'm going to be, my orientation to this group will be in the future, but I do appreciate that you're trying to revive this and envision a new form of it. When you spoke with Mike today, did he say anything about how he's doing, like from him?
Thank you for asking. I offered that perhaps he could be here today just to listen. And he said no, he didn't want to, and he wasn't able to do that. It's hard for me to tell for sure without seeing him in person, but I think that he is in a very restful place. And
Really?
and what I mean by that is that any amount of external activity, I think it takes a great deal of energy for him. Like I said, he is on a breathing tube and a feeding tube, and he does not have use of his arms. I don't know if he's able to walk. That would be a good question. But I think that he has a very resting lifestyle right now.
Okay.
Were you connected with Mike, Lisa?
What was that?
Were you connected with Mike?
Yeah, I attended his group for, let's see, I'm not sure how long. Towards the last several months of his time in California, I did not see him personally, but I did attend his group previous to that.
Okay.
Um, I really appreciated and enjoyed his talks and the way that he ran the group. As a human being, aside from the group, he
Hmm.
just really impressed me. And and I always felt comfortable around him. I was always laughing around him, and I appreciated conversations that we would have outside of the meetings. And, um, and I've been periodically getting updates from about him through the GoFundMe
Mhm.
campaign.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of messages there, and but I was just curious because you said you had spoken to him today. I don't really have access. I sent him a text message what they asked for that, so I did that. But I was just curious. So thanks for the update.
Yeah, you're welcome. And would you like me to send a message to him? A hello?
No, that's okay because I already did.
Okay.
I think it was either yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of you to offer.
Yeah, great. As you all might know, you can listen to all of Mike's talks on his Podbean. It's like a podcast, but I think it's only broadcast to that one platform. And I'll post that link in the meetup. And then his book is complete, and I do think that he's hoping to publish it. And as I get information about that, I will share as well. And yes, Mike is such a delight. And I first knew him when he came to my meditation group, Stillwater Meditation, at the East Bay Healing Collective. And he would sit in the back of the room, and his laugh would fill the entire space. And his voice was always loud and cheerful and on point. And he is such an amazing person.
Yeah,
Really.
totally.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I noticed that we're just over our time now. Just in closing, Rima and Yurik, is there anything you'd like to share? I can definitely linger, but I want to respect everyone's time. So if there's anything you want to say before you hop off, you're welcome to.
I would just like to thank you, Rain, for continuing the conversation. And it sounds like it's probably going to go online. But I think it was such a beautiful group, and it's nice to see that it feels like a smoother sense of closure around all of it, because the physical space, it was chaotic.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, but it feels nice that you've been in communication with Mike. You led the collective before, and you're wanting to continue things on. And there's some time to have a conversation or whatever around it all. And rather than throwing together ideas about who might take on the Leafs or whatever, and then what are we going to do with this stuff, and do it, well, that kind of thing was, yeah. Uh, yeah, and it's whatever. It's good to see that you're still doing the meditation and all that. I think it's so necessary in this world. I meditate every day myself. So,
wonderful. I'm so glad. And
yeah.
heal up, I hope, for good healing for your body.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And once again, it's really good to see you and see that you're rocking the meditation all the time.
Thank you. And just a shout out for Yurik, for anybody who doesn't know, Yurik is an amazing artist. He's an amazing visual artist.
Thank you.
He can be
Thank you.
found online.
I can be found online and soon on YouTube, believe it or not.
Ooh, fun. That's fun.
I'm starting a YouTube channel in October.
Oh, good. Good. I'll look for you.
Great. Awesome.
And Rima, I think you're unmuted now. Did you want to chime in? We don't hear you yet, but
I
oh,
can you hear me?
yes, yes. Hello.
I so much enjoyed it and I would like to include it in my daily routine, but it sounded like you're changing the time or something like that.
One possibility is to meet at this time weekly. If this is a good time for you, that is one idea.
Yes, this is a good time actually. I'm starting to get up early. And
Oh,
I
good.
was at the park and walked here. So how do I tune in? Is there Zoom? No, I know I got it. I got you through Zoom, but
Mhm.
is there one I can keep in if sometimes I don't get it?
Yes. So this will be the link for ongoing meditations, and I'll just schedule the next event next Monday. So you can come or you can RSVP to it. Either way, it'll be through Meetup. So we'll see if enough people want to meet right now. You and me, thumbs up. Maybe Lisa, maybe Yurik, maybe Tiny, maybe other people. So for me, we need at least 5 people who gather, and then more than that allows for people to come and go and still hold a group. But we can experiment over time to see if we're able to gather enough people, and we can move forward with next week and see how it goes.
Next week, same time, right?
Yes.
What is that? 7? I just got it by the fluke. I just opened my phone and found it.
Oh, good. Yes.
7:30 or something?
It's 9 a.m. Pacific time. Where are you in the world?
I am Pacific time. I'm in California.
Great. So
I'm
9
in
a.m.
the East Bay, actually.
Oh, good. I used to live there.
Yeah, I live in Berkeley,
Oh,
North.
good.
I love it here.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah, so 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna put it on my calendar and check in next week.
Well, good. So I'll see you soon.
Your voice is so amazing and soothing.
Oh, thank you, Rima. It's so lovely to have you here and to practice with you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I think that's it for now. So we're on for next Monday, same time. Anybody who wants to join, you can even spread the word. Everybody is welcome. And there will be a meetup event. I'll send an email blast so you'll have the information as well as everybody else, and we'll just see how it goes. There will also be a survey. So if you feel inclined, you can fill out the survey, and that will give me information about what evolution suits the most people so that I can reach everyone with love and gratitude. I'm so grateful for both of you and everyone who was here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.